former co-chair of the Maine Green Independent Party. Gill is now concentrating on local politics. He is past chair of the Limerick Budget Committee and currently a selectman in Limerick, serving citizens of Limerick. And I'd like to have you all stand and give Gill a big round of applause here. Thank you, Gill. Come on up here.
Okay, well, I've been allotted 10 minutes to speak about hemp growing in Maine and also about the provision for our utilities to be owned by the citizens. So, to break this down into 10 minutes, well, hemp good, we can grow it in Maine. CMP bad, let's take it over. Anyway, for hemp in Maine, I'll just first off with the definition of hemp. It's a strain of cannabis sativa that has 0.03% THC. So it's it's in the classification with marijuana, but it is not psychoactive. So it's a product, or it's been in use for millennia. It was one of the actually the first plants that was used for fiber, that was spun for fiber. So it's been around for a long, long time and used for many things. Used for rope, insulation, textiles, food. More recently, biodegradable plastic and CBD oil and edibles. So it's been a very useful commodity for a long time. However, in 1937, the Marijuana Tax Act was passed, where a tax was put on anybody growing or cultivating, producing hemp products. So that happened. That was initiated by the 1% of the time. Big surprise, huh? Andrew Mellon, Carnegie, Hearst, and the DuPont industries were behind that for various reasons.
Cotton, boo.
Hearst wanted his tree farms for producing his newspaper. Well, anyway, I could spend 10 minutes going into the 1% at the time. Then in 1970, the Controlled Substance Act was passed, and that was where hemp was designated as a Schedule I drug, along with marijuana and other items. It was actually signed into law by our President Richard, I'm not a crook, Nixon. And Schedule I basically says that it was not safe to be used even under medical supervision. So that's where, that happened a while back. However, during World War II, that restriction was lifted because we needed products from the Philippines and Indonesia that we couldn't get because of the war effort. So it was lifted at that point, and then after the war, it was put back into place. Then, in 2018, in December, the 2018 Farm Bill was passed, which now removes hemp from the controlled substance status and makes it an agricultural commodity, which means that states are now allowed to have their citizens grow and use and produce things with hemp. Not all states have taken this step forward to do so, but Maine has. And we've opened the door for people in Maine, along with other states, to do so. But here in Maine, to grow or produce or manufacture anything with hemp, first off, there's a licensing requirement, and for any growing season, the licensing has to take place between January 1 and April 1. And then there is a departmental review to approve that application. There are some restrictions on on who and what can be taken into account there. And then there has to be a test for the potency to make sure that any hemp grown is within that 0.03% THC status. Then there are fees to apply and to grow. So there are a number of fees that the state imposes on hemp. The seed has to be certified, and then even afterwards it's subject to testing and inspections. There's a few organizations that are involved in, in hemp. Number one, the Maine Hemp Association. Another is the Maine Hemp Farmers Co-op. There's also the Maine Hemp Cooperative. The first meeting of that group was earlier this year, and I attended that first meeting, and then Lynn Joy has attended the second. So we've had some, communication with the people that are involved in hemp. One of the things that was focused on in that meeting was making sure that we keep hemp, under local control, not trying to keep the big corporations from coming and taking it over. We want local farmers. We want people in Maine to be in control of the hemp farming and producing all of the things that hemp is good for. So I'm going to go then on to the next topic. I have two here.